and there is a process to follow in screening tenants, because you really want to make sure you get somebody that's good, that's going to stay in the building hopefully for a long time, and someone that's a decent human being that's going to take care of your unit. Alright guys, one more thing I wanted to share with you is why we invest in rentals. I showed you this property, I told you what we paid for, how we found it, but why did we even get involved in it? Why not list it, put it back on the market, right? Do a fix and flip. And the reason is we love rental properties. I think it's the best way to really grow wealth. I think the fix and flips, the wholesales, building, those are active jobs. I feel like I'm doing a job day to day, but with a rental, it's totally different. Because if I stop working, this rental property is still bringing income on a monthly basis, and that's what I like. The reason why we got into real estate is because we like that consistent cash flow of rental payments coming through on a monthly basis. That was the whole reason. But we realized very early on that we couldn't buy multiple properties and keep them as rentals because we needed the capital to invest. We needed the 20% or 25% deposit or our down payment to invest in rentals. So that's why we got into fix and flips. That's why we learned about wholesaling and started doing a lot more of that. But everything we do on that end, we then deploy into rental properties. That's our game. That's how we do it. We want to grow our rental portfolio to 100 or more units, but that will give us enough cash flow to actually make a decision to do active flips or wholesaling, or to stop, right? If we wanted to take time off and do whatever we want and have the freedom to do whatever we want, the rentals and the consistency of the rental income will allow us to do that. So that's the logic behind it. That's why we do it. I think it's the number one tool to build wealth. Owning these assets long term, I think is the best thing you can do, because one, prices typically long term, they go up. The tenants are paying your mortgage down. It gives us huge tax benefits. It can't get any better. So we love rentals. I wanted to share the experience with you guys. Guys, I wanted to go over one small step when it comes to rentals that it's definitely important to know, do well, and not neglect. And that is screening tenants. So it took us a few months to get the building in this shape. Looks great. We're getting applications, and typically, and this happens to me quite a bit, we have the tendency to go and accept the first person that shows up, that has the deposit and that wants the unit, because we're tired, we've been waiting for a while, you want the building stabilized, and that at least me, I would like to accept the first person. And I've done that mistake in the past. I've accepted the first person that came through the door, and that has been a mistake, because we need to screen tenants. And there is a process to follow in screening tenants, because you really want to make sure you get somebody that's good, that's going to stay in the building hopefully for a long time, and someone that's a decent human being that's going to take care of your unit. And our screening process right now, especially with keeping the property management in-house, we use Appfolio. So it's an app that we use to screen tenants, collect rent, and manage the property for any repairs. But once we got the unit ready, we took professional photos, put it in Appfolio. Appfolio is going to push it out to a lot of the other websites that advertise units for rent, and we start getting applications. When that happens, we jump on a call with them. We talk about our requirements, which is we're looking for 3 times rent, meaning their income from their job needs to be 3 times the rental amount that we're asking for. So if it's $1,000 here, we're looking for them to make at least $3,000 a month. Then we do a background check on them, because we want to know if there's any criminal background, so that is important. And then we look into their credit score. So we go and do quite a bit of research, again, to make sure that everything looks good, and this hopefully will be a good tenant for us. The final step is to go on social media, Google them, look at their Facebook, Instagram, whatever you can find on tenants. Again, you want to find out what they're posting and what type of person they are. We do it, and it's an extra step, but I think just to be safe. Better safe than sorry, because we got burnt in the past, and we definitely don't want to go through evictions. We definitely don't want to go through trouble with tenants. We want good tenants here. I believe one other thing we do is we reach out to their employee, and we reach out to their prior to landlords. So I didn't say last landlord, I said to the prior to, because what we found out is sometimes when you call the last landlord, they are great at giving references, and they'll be like, yeah, this tenant is unbelievable, they're very good, because maybe they want to get rid of them. Maybe they just want to make sure they leave and they're fine giving a recommendation when actually they don't mean that. When you go and call two landlords back or the prior landlord, he doesn't have any obligation to that tenant. He'll tell you the truth. He doesn't care because they're already gone from his place. He'll be hopefully honest to give you good feedback. So you do what's best for you. We try to do all these steps and we follow a process because, again, we want somebody very strong here that can take care of the unit, stay here for a long time, be able to afford it, so they can pay us on a monthly basis so we can then pay our mortgage, all our expenses. Some people take it a step further. I know some landlords that go and visit this applicant at their house to see how that property looks like, or they look at their car. So there's all type of tips and tricks that you can do to really screen your tenants, right? That's the whole goal here. Screen your tenants the most you can so you can avoid bad tenants. It's super important.